of Heartbeat Hero Radio. Hey everybody, it's time for the pre-show. In 15 minutes the show starts. Tonight on the show, we got Chill Collins as the main guest. We got for the trivia, we got Pashang, Perfect Female Type, Legacy FM, and Nicolas. All right, while we wait on for the show to start at 7:30 p.m. Paris time, we're going to play some tracks while we wait. I got some cool new tracks by PurZynth Rekords. This is StarLink with Dream Moment. All right, that was Dream Moment by StarLink from PurZynth Rekords. We got another track by PurZynth Rekords, on PurZynth Rekords. This is called Magnetar by Voyager. right, that was Magnetar by Voyager on the label PurZynth Records. I got another one from PurZynth Records. This is Atlantis by Prophylaxis and ØFFalling. That was Atlantis by Prophylaxis and ØFFalling, and that was on the label PurZynth Records. We're just going to hang out here for 3 more minutes while and then the show's going to start. Quick shout out to Hills and Valleys. 2 more minutes. We're going to start the show in about 30 seconds. Show's going to start in 20 seconds. All right, let's start the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Synthwave podcast called HeartBeatHero Radio. This show's been listened to over 100,000 times by hundreds of listeners. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, please send me a direct message via Instagram at HeartBeatHero. This show is brought to you by my main sponsor, Joe Esposito of the Ozone Nightmare. Synthwave.
I love the 80s. Travel to Amsterdam.
Batman Forever.
You'll be sorry, but
I guess you are.
Farviknugan.
I want points for that one.
That's a great song.
We were so tough coming in. And
I was undercover in Paris.
A couple other things happened in the alley.
Which category would you like, and how hard do you want it?
we started it. Well, we started off.
1 point. I like it soft and slow, please.
Your bum nice and slow.
Julian.
So I don't know.
Why am I looking at Batman's bum?
Just my face sticks out like this.
Oh man, Andrew's gonna kill me.
Hey everybody, this is Joe from the Ozone Nightmare, and I am thrilled to be this month's sponsor for HeartBeatHero Radio, where you can see great guests, listen to new music, and watch a chat show that is so fun that I don't really mind so much that I almost never win it. Go to HeartBeatHero.com for more information. See you there.
Hi, this is Clank, and you're listening to HeartBeatHero Radio.
Hi, this is Josh and Ricky from Unetics, and you're listening to HeartBeatHero Radio.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is 8X, and you're listening to HeartBeatHero Radio.
Hey, this is Joe from the Ozone Nightmare podcast.
Hi, this is Robin Lights, and you're listening to HeartBeatHero Radio.
Hi, this is Karen Zoe Lee.
Hi, I'm Sin Street.
This is Sequenza.
Oh, hello! It's me, Steven from Hot Heels.
HeartBeatHero Radio Show!
This is the HeartBeatHero Radio Show. Have a good time listening to great music, artist interviews, and some nice trivia games right now on this very channel.
It's Saturday night, the 2nd of August, 2025, live on twitch.tv/HeartBeatHero. This is episode number 81 of the Synthwave podcast called HeartBeatHero Radio. My name is Daniel Barden, and I am your friendly neighborhood Synthwave fan. Shout out to my Patreon supporters. We got a new Patreon supporter, Julian, a.k.a. Neon Fox, of the State of Synth. Julian is a host of another awesome podcast called The State of Synth, which he hosts together with Dennis G. Be sure to check that show out as well. Also supporting the show is through Patreon is Doug Fresh, Gary Heather, and Yuko Raid. If you would like to support the show, go to patreon.com/HeartBeatHero. Tonight, I will be interviewing Chill Collins. That will be live here at 8:30 p.m. Paris time on HeartBeat Hero Radio. And for the trivia at 9 p.m., we will have Pashang, Perfect Female Type, Legacy FM, Nicolas, and Chill Collins. Alrighty then, let's get this show on the road. 3 artists united to create this awesome next track: Fakelife, Jacket, and Bad Dreamers. Fakelife is an indie artist and producer based in Los Angeles with fresh, electronic-infused songs that are captivating. His music has been heard on national campaigns for Facebook, Disney, Paramount, and many others. Jacket creates synthwave-inspired electronic music and is from Denver, Colorado. He's worked together with Dream Kid, Massive Z, and many more artists. The third artist is David Schuler, also known as the Bad Dreamers, an LA-based artist fusing the nostalgic charm of synthwave with the innovation of modern pop. This is a message off Fakelife's Instagram. This is a new mix of Machine Hearts by the Bad Dreamers, and it's out now. Big shout out to the Bad Dreamers for absolutely crushing this song and even adding his vocals to create a stunning new version of a song Jacket and I loved making. Go stream on all platforms now. Just a quick shout out to Enriquez with 3 underscores, I think, behind it for this awesome background we got going here. Enjoy this next track. It's called Machine Hearts. It's the Bad Dreamers remix by Fakelife and Jacket.
That my heart can't seem to find. All the while, the city half alive, digging through the circuits of a home that once was mine. You and I
right, that was Machine Hearts, the Bad Dreamers remix by Fakelife, and Jacket. Also supporting the show is Keith Atherton, Robin Lights, Jefferson Rift, and my mom, Haiti. We also have some wonderful shout-outs to the chat. We got Hills and Valleys, Pashang, Chill Collins, and Bokanoid. Now, I'm back from the summer vacation, and I had to watch some movies in the cinema. I watched the F1 movie featuring Brad Pitt with my whole family. My kids loved it, but my wife was not impressed. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And then I finally got to see the Fantastic Four First Steps with my son, which got a 9 out of 10 for me. A very cool movie. Also, in the box office, Superman and F1 have both crossed the 500 million mark, which will make Warner Brothers very happy. Up next is a request by my new Patreon supporter, Julian, aka Neon Fox. Starcadian was his request, an independent New York-based synthwave producer who unfortunately passed away earlier this year in 2025. He left an amazing legacy, and a lot of fans will miss him. This is Interspace by Starcadian.
Feel me.
That was Interspace by Starcadian. We got some shout-outs to the chat. We got Maya Kamara and Synthmiss. Thank you for joining in the chat. Now, the San Diego Comic-Con was last week, and I saw some amazing cosplay on the internet. I think I even have a thing for that. There you go. So, San Diego Comic-Con last week. There was a huge Galactus walking around that looked amazing. A person had a boombox as a head, which was very cool. And they also had a Batman with his headgear on, but also wearing his night robe, like in the Lego Batman movie, similar to Hugh Hefner. Up next, I have a collaboration by Yatte and David Hall. Yatte is a vocalist, synth player, and producer from Austin, Texas. In 2023, 19-year-old David Hall made his first major mark on the music industry with his self-produced track, Never Wanna Let Go, which now has gained over 300 million streams. This is Give Me That Money, which I've been playing in the background, by Yatte and David Hall.
Hello?
Yeah, that was Give That Money by Yatte and David Hall. And a shout out to Legacy FM in the chat. Now, Envotion consists of 3 people. All right, that was Streetwise by Envotion. Shout out to the chat. We got Nicolas in the chat. We got Memory Design and Atlas Neon. Now let's fly to Argentina, drawing inspiration from French touch superstars Justice. CATHEDRALIS pioneers his new heavy touch style with a blistering compound of French house, electro house, and ultra-violent dark synth. This is Mannequin Love starring the Flints by Justice, the CATHEDRALIS remix. That was Mannequin Love, starring the Flints by Justice, the CATHEDRALIS remix. Huge shout out to Light Source Music for checking in the chat just before we start for the pre-recorded show. Now it's time for the pre-recorded show, and I'll be back with a live interview with Chill Collins. See you in the chat. Welcome to the pre-recorded show. First up, we got a request by Keith Atherton. This is Shanghai by The American English.
Slipping out of the light.
That was Shanghai by the American English. Up next is Synapse by Aftermour. That was Synapse by Aftermour. Up next is Redemption by DROIDGLOW and Nokai. That was Redemption by Nokai and DROIDGLOW. Up next is Crusader by Lazerpunk. That was Crusader by Lazerpunk. Up next by PurZynth Records, this is Dream Moment by StarLink. That was Dream Moment by StarLink. Up next, another track by PurZynth Records. This is Magnetar by Voyager. That was Magnetar by Voyager. Up next is another track by PurZynth Records. This is Atlantis by Prophylaxis and ØFFalling. That was Atlantis by Prophylaxis and ØFFalling. Up next by Retrosynth Records, this is The Return by Lyst and Shred Krueger. That was The Return by Lyst and Shred Krueger. Up next is Wizard by Subsurface. That was Wizard by Subsurface. Up next is Timeless by Heartbeat Hero. That was Timeless by Heartbeat Hero. And now, back to the show. And we're back, and I have my interviewee right next to me. I'm going to give him a nice introduction, and then we're going to start it. This Channing Tatum lookalike and the creator of the official soundtrack for the Dark Star Anthologies comic series, also featured on New Retrowave in July, and his latest video hit over 100,000 views on YouTube. He also has a secret he would like to share with us. Steve, aka Chill Collins, welcome to Heartbeat Hero Radio.
What up? It's Chill Collins,
Hello.
And you're listening to Heartbeat Hero Radio.
Welcome.
How you guys doing?
How you doing, man?
Good.
I'm good as well. It's kind of heating up in here. It's cooling off, but it seems like the heat has started again, probably because I still left the mic on during the show. For the people who've never heard of you before, let the people know how you started creating music.
Yeah, so the Chill Collins project I've been doing for about 3 years now, I think. It's been fun, but before that, growing up, I did a lot of punk rock and hardcore and metal, and I come from that kind of world, more of the band stuff. When I was living in Phoenix in my 20s, I was a touring musician doing that whole thing, but that's kind of a young man's sport, you know. Once you get a little bit older, it's hard to eat cold ravioli out of a can every night when you're on the road. So the electronic stuff, it's a little easier to do as a solo artist, and you can still collaborate with other people, which is fun. But I just, a few years ago, right around COVID, I just started having like a lot of ideas, and I had been doing music for so long that it felt like it wasn't challenging enough. So I started broadening my horizons into the narrative stuff for the comic book that was sort of the companion for the first full-length album I did, which turned out I think as good as it could have for a first time trying to do something like that, as big as it was. But yeah, so I mean the rock music and the metal and stuff, I still from time to time dabble in that. It's just because it's baked into my DNA. But the synthwave stuff, you know, growing up in the late 90s, mid 90s, you know, it's funny, all the kind of content and media you consume as a child is usually of the stuff of the previous decade. I mean, for the most part. So like the 80s sound just came kind of naturally to me once I started playing around with it a little bit.
Awesome. I want to play a track you collaborated with Voltage and the Neon Syndicate on. The video has hit a staggering 100,000 views. Congratulations with that. Please tell us how that track came to life and how that video got made.
So I started playing around with that one. I've been dogging Voltage for a while, trying to get him to collaborate because, like, you know, there's certain artists I've discovered throughout my time where, like, it's like their talent is so, like, apparent that like, you kind of stop in your tracks. Like, most of the time throughout my career, I felt like I could mimic a lot of people. You know, I could mimic that sound. I could do this. I could do that. But then when you hear someone who just has the total package of just engineering and production, but also just the songwriting skills, that everything he does is catchy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I courted him for a while, and I think maybe 5 months ago, I sent him just maybe 16 bars of that track when I had it, and I was like, what do you think of this one? Because he had said he would, but then, you know, things just, you know, get behind, like with all of us. But
yeah, you never know if it's gonna turn out
materialize. Yeah, and so he was hell-bent on working on that one. I think at the time the working title was Jalapeno Cheddar, and he looked at it and said, okay, I want to work on this. So it was just very easy. I think within a week he had sent me his parts, and then I got in contact with the Neon Syndicate. Actually, I just jumped into one of his live streams where he, you know, is playing guitar and stuff, and he just says, send me something, and I sent him that on a whim, and I really liked what he had just improv'd on it, and I said, hey, you should track something, we'll put you on there too.
Did it feel like it was incomplete? Was it needed to?
Yeah, it felt, well, maybe not incomplete, but like it felt like it could add, it needed some sort of like melodic element somewhere in there, and he added a couple of clean kind of guitar riffs here and there, but then the major part being the solo midway through that he took over, and I think it was kind of the icing, the cherry on top, you know.
All right, I'm gonna give it a play. This is Low Life featuring the Neon Syndicate by Chill Collins and Voltage.
Come up with something, dude. Gotta come up with something, dude. Gotta come up with something, dude.
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
All right, that was Low Life featuring the Neon Syndicate by Chill Collins and Voltage. Is it Voltage or Voltage?
Well, he puts a space between it, and so I always pronounce it as Voltage.
Voltage, yeah, that is right. And could you tell me a bit more about the video production on that?
Oh yeah. I guess I didn't touch on that. The video was filmed here in Minnesota at a studio called DN Studios. So if you're in the Twin Cities, they have this huge 30-foot, as you saw, like 30-foot LED screen in the background, and it was really wild to work with them, it was super affordable too. So when I found the deal, I decided to go for it. The backgrounds you're seeing there, I put those together myself, where I put some images from my comic book and some other videos I'd previously released, kind of put them all together, and then I just showed up and danced around like an idiot for 2 hours, which I'm sure was awkward, more awkward for them than for me. But
you enjoyed it. You were loving it.
Oh, I was just jamming.
There was also a guy that watched your video and kind of commented on it. You posted it on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, recently that was Weaver Beats. He's a I don't know. I guess he's just a streamer, but he does a lot of video production, videos, and plug-in review type stuff, and music production news stuff. I just happened to drop into one of his streams where he was reviewing stuff, and yeah, he seemed to like it. He had some good things to say.
I liked what he said about he was waiting for vocals to come in, and then the guitar came in. He was like fine with that. That was like,
yeah, he's like, all right, never mind, it's fine now.
All right, you mentioned in your promo that you had a secret you wanted to share.
Oh,
what is
yes.
the
So I've been working on another project in the background. So as I mentioned, like with the Chill Collins project, I was inspired to just try and expand my creative mindset a little bit, and just go into some other avenues and mediums. And I've been there's one of my cameras back there. I've been recently working with more video production stuff, and working with friends and helping them produce some things, and then just some other one-off videos for myself. But one of the ideas I had, now that I have some of the tools and the ability to, is I'm working on a docu-series for my YouTube channel. Cool. And this docu-series is going to be based around the local Minnesota music scene. So basically I'm spending a day with an artist, kind of seeing the behind the scenes, their home life a little bit, getting to know them a little bit better, doing an interview, then seeing a little bit of their process, how they do it, and then hopefully catching some live performances as well, just to try and put more of a spotlight on people. I've been doing this thing a long time for myself, and like we all are, but when you do it long enough, it's hard to feel like anyone's paying attention at times,
Yeah.
And so especially in my local, just in my backyard, I want to showcase some of the talent that I've discovered in the last couple of years, just being involved with this type of music more, and showcase some of that local talent. So this series is going to be called Your Local Forecast with Chill Collins. And so I'll probably be releasing the first episode here at the end of August, and I've got maybe 2 or 3 other ones in the pipeline right now that are in production as well. So I want to try and get at least a few out, maybe within a week or 2 of each other, to get the ball rolling a little bit. And of course, with the synth stuff, there's only so many artists there. So once I kind of get through that crowd, I might look at some of the metal guys and the punk guys and the hip hop guys, and just start experimenting and seeing what else is out there, and just to broadcast more, put more of a spotlight on folks that otherwise probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative, and looking forward to see that. You have a track for SETI featured on New Retrowave. Forseti's the main character from the video game Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I had to look that up. I didn't know that. It was always a badge of honor to be featured on that YouTube channel, because it's one of the biggest YouTube channels featuring synthwave music. Tell me more about that experience and how the track got made.
That one, sometimes, last year I spent probably too much time in the studio, just coming up with as many ideas as possible. And sometimes you'll spend weeks on a track, and then other times you'll finish a track very, very fast. I think that was one of the ones where I think within 24 hours it was done.
Oh wow!
Just once you get the ball rolling and you just feel like it's not a very complex or structurally it's not a crazy track, but it just things fell in place so easily that I was able to finish it fast. And I felt like sometimes when you work that way, it you might yield a better result than trying to go back and nitpick and change and this and add more. I think, was it Da Vinci? He said something about, it's not about if there's anything left to add, but if there's anything left to take away, from a piece of work. And so if you can whittle away more than keep adding, that's the technique I've been taking more recently to my productions. So
cool. And what was it like to be featured on New Retrowave? Is this your first time, or have you been featured?
I've had one before. I think it was Heat Waves, maybe a year and a half ago. Heat Waves was featured on there. But this one I think I submitted probably 6 months ago, something like that. He even mentioned in his email that he's pretty backlogged getting through a lot of them, so it's taking more time than usual. So if you have submitted, just hold on tight. It might be going through soon.
All right, this is Forseti by Chill Collins. Here we go.
Tommy, what was the big plan? You think I just take the fake cash, save face, and run away with my tail between my legs?
No, I just wanted to piss you off before I kill you.
That was Forseti by Chill Collins, and a quick shout out to Dream Pocket, who just hopped into the chat. Steve, what are your plans for the future?
I'm gonna keep making music. I've got some other collaborations coming up in the next few months here, and then trying to focus on more of this new documentaries series project. Also helping some other friends around the area with music video shoots and whatnot.
Cool. Where can people find your music?
Spotify, Apple Music. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I haven't updated my Bandcamp in a long time, but I plan on doing that soon. Maybe I can do some sort of special deal there.
Cool, cool. I'm going to play 3 more tracks, and then we're going to play some trivia. I've got Chill Collins with Black Steel featuring Outrunner. Maybe you can tell a bit about that. We have Heartbeat Hero with Into Oblivion, the Chill Collins remix, and Chill Collins Artificial. Please tell me some stuff about those tracks, and I'll give them a play.
Yeah, so Black Steel, that was about a year ago. That was actually my first foray into trying to create my own music video work. Doing that with just a simple little vlog camera and like in a drone that I had, and it was a lot of fun to experiment with. You know, it's like anything. You wish you could go back and change things later when you're first getting started, but I think it turned out pretty good for what it was. Having Outrunner on the track really helped the development of it, because I had like the first half done and I kind of got stuck. I'm not sure where to go. I sent it to him. He sent a couple parts, and then it was like, oh yeah, duh. And then I just kind of took it from there, and he added his solo to it, and it turned out really good. And then of course, Into Oblivion, one of your great tracks.
Thank you.
I think that was maybe like 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
But it was a lot of fun to work on one of your tracks, just because it already had so much great things going on there. It didn't take a lot of work on my end to add some of my own flavor. What was the other one? Artificial. That was actually, I believe, the first video I put out. And I know it's controversial. There is AI. That thing was comprised entirely of AI.
Yes.
And I almost want to make the claim to fame that I was probably one of the first people to pay someone to do that for me, just because at the time the tools weren't really readily available to anybody.
Yeah.
And that was I kind of gave myself a little bit of a break just because I knew it was going to be controversial. But my book has a lot to do with AI in the arts, and it's sort of thematic in that way. So there was a purpose for using AI in that video.
All right, I'm going to play all the 3 behind each other, after each other, and then we're going to start rounding up everybody for the trivia gang. Steve, thank you for this interview, and are you ready for some trivia later on?
No, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, here we go. All right, welcome back, and now it's time for some trivia. Let me get everybody here put into the thingy-majiggy, and then I'm going to play my trivia track. Here we go.
This is the trivia song. Why don't you sing along? Getting every question wrong.
Oh, that's me.
This is the trivia song.
All right, let me introduce my guests first. Pashang really just went in there at the last second.
Hey, look at him.
All
Make
right,
it time.
let me introduce my guest from Minneapolis. He, like me, probably has more than 20 black retro t-shirts. Influenced by artists such as Lavenue and Duet, his music represents dreamy 80s cinema, shimmering synths, and punchy beats. Beat your 80s drum for Jason, a.k.a. Perfect Female Type.
Hello, everyone.
My next guest is part of a four-piece group. Two other members, Bert and Kevin, were here on episode 66. My guest today does vocals, producing, guitar, keys, mixing, and mastering. Born from hardcore R2-D2 metal and sleepy barbarian disco funk, this person of his group forged a sound not heard before. Drop your heart emojis in the chat for Mark of Legacy FM.
Woo.
My next guest is all the way from South Korea, and tonight I will be playing a worldwide premiere of his. He has collaborated with Addictum, Ice Isidore, Demi K, and many more. Up in the wee hours of the morning, it's 4 a.m. in South Korea over there. Grateful to have you here. Raise your drink to Brendan, a.k.a. Pashang.
Pashang.
My next guest is from London. We have created music together, and he is also my wonderful co-host and editor of the weekly synthwave podcast called Mini Hero. Wave your hands in the air for Nicolas Rickson. And finally, my next guest is a Channing Tatum lookalike. His latest video hit over 100,000 views on YouTube, and he has been featured on New Retro Wave in July with his track Vercetti. The creator of the official soundtrack for the Dark Star anthology comic series. Everybody flex your muscles for Steve, a.k.a. Chill Collins.
It's Chill Collins, and you're listening to Heartbeat Hero Radio.
Thanks, guys. It looks like my camera's died on me. I'm trying to get that figured out. We're okay, though.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to explain the rules for the trivia. Each turn you can choose from the following categories. Music buff, 80s, 90s, zeros, 10s. Then we have Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Seinfeld, Batman, and music clips. I will read them again later in the trivia. Some have multiple choice, some do not. Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney are guaranteed multiple choice, and you get 1 point for each correctly answered question. There's a twist to the trivia. All trivia can be worth 2 points each. The catch is you only get 10 seconds to answer that question. Now, don't forget, sometimes a question does not have multiple choice. Sometimes an answer can be a number, which is almost impossible to answer. I will also have a unique category with theme songs from series. Here is an example. Anybody have a guess?
Starsky and Hutch?
No.
That's what I was going to say.
Magnum P.I.
Oh.
Magnum P.I. All right. That was an easy one, by the way. Medium is 1 point and hard is 2 points, and you just get 10 seconds for the hard one. So within listening, the 10 seconds you have to answer. Also, the final round of the show today is worth 3 points, and you'll only get 10 seconds to answer that. We'll play one warm-up round where you receive no points, and then the official 3 rounds will follow. Let's play up the warm-up round of trivia. Here we go.
It's a warm-up round where legends are found. Heartbeat Heroes trivia, making brains spin round. Get ready, get set. The challenge is on with every beat and answer.
really got the cool soundtrack.
All right, we're going to start with Steve. Which category would you like?
Oh, what were they again?
The categories were, let me go back to this thingy here, and then I'm going to copy the categories. We have a music buff, 80s, 90s, 0s, 10s, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Seinfeld, Batman, and music clips.
I mean, I want to start out strong, so let's go Star Wars.
Star Wars. So this is for 0 points. So this is just a warm-up round.
I see.
You can choose
Okay.
anything. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. You still want to go with Star Wars?
Let's do the 20s then. The music buff 20s.
The zeros, you mean?
The zeros, the odds.
The zeros. All right, here we go. Finish the line from Good Charlotte's song. Girls don't like boys and girls are like A, B, and C. I have 3 options. You can choose from A, cars and money, B, makeup and Barbies, and C, cars and babies.
That would be Cars and Money.
Cars and money is correct.
Good Charlotte.
That's 0 points for the warm-up round.
Thank you.
Brendan.
In the lead.
Brendan, are you awake? Yes, you are. I don't hear you.
Oh, you're on mute, I think.
Oh yeah, now you're unmuted. I'm already unwrapping.
Oh, that's why nobody's heard me making witty remarks this entire time. That's good. Okay, that's for the best. I'm awake now.
All right, Mark, we have the warm-up round, so no points for this one. What would you like?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, even though it's for 0
Always the
points.
Star Wars.
All right, on what planet is Rey first introduced in The Force Awakens? Was that A, in Tatooine, B, in Exegol, C, Jakku, or D, Lothal?
C, Jakku.
C, Jakku is correct. Just so you know, with the warm-up round, I always help everybody out so they all get it correct. So, but that's only for the warm-up round. We're going to go to James, a.k.a. Perfect Female Type.
Hello.
Which category would you like? And I apologize again for saying your name wrong behind the scenes. I was like, James, how you doing?
I've been called worse.
Which category would
Let's
you
go
like?
with 90s.
90s. All right. 90s trivia coming right up. All right. We have 3 options. They're all dates. And which year did the Nirvana band member Kurt Cobain die? Was that A, in 1993, B, 1994, or C, 1995?
I'm going to go with C, 95.
C95. I don't think I would pick that answer. It's a warm-up round, so I'm helping you out. Listen, we're not going to go for 1995.
Oh, man. B?
B is correct.
94?
1994.
Wah.
Now you know what it feels like to win. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
How could you, Jason?
Of Legacy FM. You're up next. Which category would you like?
I want to do Daniel's choice.
What did Daniel say? Oh, this is mine. Oh, yeah, there are so many Daniels in this scene. I'm going crazy, man. All right, we're going for music.
Host choice.
We're going to go for music. Let me get to the theme music, and we got some new music, and these are medium ones, so here we go.
Thundercats.
Oh my goodness, it is correct. Thundercats.
No way, dude. No. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I am
That was a
serious.
whole
Yes,
It was
dude,
the
that's
instrumental
Well
version.
done.
Instrumental version. All
good
right.
job.
I've never heard that in my life.
That is
Very good
amazing.
guess, then.
All right, Nicolas, you're up next. Which category would you like?
Guitars.
Guitars? Did you say guitars? I don't know.
80s.
Did anybody else hear guitars?
No, I heard 80s immediately, man. Come on.
All right. 80s trivia. Here we go. Everybody's got something different. All right, here we go. What green-screened handheld games console was introduced in 1989?
Game Boy.
Game Boy is correct.
No.
That is correct. And now we're going to do something. We're going to have a chat with Perfect Female Type. If everybody can mute their mics except Jason.
It's one of those J names.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I wrote it down correctly, and I'm not going off the top of my head anymore. Jason, welcome. First time here on the show. Let me get you on the screen right here. First time here. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank
Awesome.
you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on. Tell me how you got started creating music, and don't forget to mention your Roland and Yamaha keyboards from the 80s.
Oh man, so early. I got started. My father had somehow found like a $50 Casio keyboard in the attic of one of our, like my aunt's house, I think, and it was about this big. To me, as a little kid, it was this big, right? But it was one of those like really cheap Casio, and I just lost my entire mind. And I begged and pleaded, "Can I have a bigger one for Christmas?" Right? And then the next year, "Can I have an even bigger one?" And then through like hard work, saving money, getting some help from my family, I eventually got a Roland Juno 106, and then a couple years later, a Yamaha DX7. This is by the time I was like a teenager, right? I had this tiny little MIDI studio in the 80s, and that was a blast. And then eventually moved on to like sampling and doing like rave music and stuff. Took a break for a while. I went back to college. That occupied my brain. And then finally came back to music in around the year 2020, right before COVID, actually. I got back into it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Just curious, what was your first job?
My first job ever?
Yeah.
Oh, I was a busboy as a teenager in like a restaurant, like a suburban restaurant.
Ah, that's the way you make some money. You did a live show in February of 2025 at Ground Zero in Minneapolis. I cannot speak.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
That's the first time I played live in such a long time, and I was really nervous about it. But when I got there, I was like, oh, this is actually fine. What was I so afraid of? Yeah. It was a fantastic experience. It was so wild to see people, like, because people showed up, and it wasn't just for me, it was because there were multiple performers. So to see people on the dance floor getting down, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually up here playing, blew my mind, and I can't wait to do it again. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more local live shows.
You did it in the past as well?
I haven't. I've done it twice this year so far. Once at a place called Can Wonderland, which is like a barcade in St. Paul, and then Ground Zero before that, and then the time before that was in the 90s. That's how long ago it was.
Ah, yeah,
it was
well,
a long time.
I did it in a barcade as well, and that's actually a really great place to play this kind of music, because it's I think it's a really similar fit for the kind of music that we make. I wanted to play your track Dragon Fruit Bay, and then I would like to give it a play. Please tell me more about it.
This was such a fun song. It was one of those rare circumstances where there was no struggle at all, right? It was just like, for some reason, I opened up Logic like I do, and I'm like, found a patch at random. I put my fingers on the keys, and immediately I heard this incredible sound come out. This is what I do sometimes. I just randomly pick patches and just to see if I can get stuff to mix and match. And often that's a struggle, right? That just goes on for hours. And I can't find anything. Kind of like the beginning of Chill Collins' video that you did for where you're like, do something cool, do something cool. for whatever reason, this time I was just, the first time I put my fingers on the keys, I was like, whoa, this is such a gorgeous patch. I could build a whole song around it. And then I picked another patch at random, and it went perfectly with the song. And then another patch, and that went perfectly. And so it was just total luck that I got all these presets to sound really cool together. And so it was effortless. It was completely effortless. And that around the same time, I was chatting with Sleepless Nights, and I'd thrown a couple ideas his way. He was like, let's get together, let's work on stuff. And this song came together so quickly. I said, look, forget everything I sent you. We should do this song. And he said, yes, this is so much better than what you sent me before.
That's honest.
The pieces that I sent him were kind of half-baked, just little teeny little things. It's like, yes, we can work with this. So he was so cool to work with, and just sent back some stems within a week. And it was just one of those rare circumstances where it was such a seamless and easy and wonderful experience.
All right, let's have a listen. This is Dragon Fruit Bay by Sleepless Nights and Perfect Female Type. right, that was Dragon Fruit Bay by Sleepless Nights and Perfect Female Type. We got some shout-outs. We got C. Pac-Man in the chat, Dream Pocket, and Eco Flare. And now it's time for Trivia Round 1.
It's the trivia round one. Don't be shy.
Wow, that gospel.
If you're lost, just give it a try.
All right, and we start with Steve. Which category would you like? 4 points.
We'll go with Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right, it's going to be a 2-pointer within 10 seconds, no options, or a 1-pointer with all the options all the time.
2-pointer.
2-pointer. All right. I'll read the question and do the countdown. All right. Luke is captured by what creature on the icy planet of Hoth? 10,
Ooh.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Oh, God.
5.
When you ask me like this,
4,
it's hard.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
The Abominable Snowman.
Who knows it? Nobody?
Pashang does.
Pashang, you don't know it?
I do know it, but I'm in the same position as Chill Collins right now, where it's right on the tip of my tongue. I want to say it starts with
It starts with a W.
but I can't
Yep.
remember.
It's the Wampa.
Yeah.
The Wampa.
Wampa.
God dang it.
Wampa. Brendan, you're up next. I'm assuming it's Star Wars.
But I am nowhere near mentally proficient enough for 2-pointers right now. So give me a 1-pointer. I want some options.
1-pointer, Star Wars coming right up. Here we go. What species is Sebulba? Is it A, a Mun, B, a Dug, C, a Twi'lek, or D, a Trandoshan?
Sebulba is a Twi'lek.
It was a Dug.
Wait a minute.
A Dug.
Wait, is Sebulba the little...
Yeah, the little jerk.
Jabba's friend?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was the Wunawanga guy.
I know that he's a Twi'lek. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, he's a Twi'lek. See, I'm not crazy.
A Wunawanga is Twi'lek.
All right, James, perfect female type. Which category would you like?
We're going to go with 80s.
80s, coming right up. Would you like
Do I get to pick a 1 or 2-pointer?
It's 1 point or 2 point. 2 points is you have to answer within 10 seconds, and like you get almost infinite time with the 1-pointer. So what shall it be?
I'm going to do 2-pointer, please.
2-pointer for 80s. All right. Who pities the fool?
Mr. T.
That is correct.
Damn. You could have gotten that one in 10 seconds.
Well, you got to pick the 80s then. Mark of Legacy FM. Which category would you like?
Hoobastank for 200, please.
I don't have Hoobastank.
What? I was led astray.
Their lore is deep, okay?
Let's do 80s. I want the same question.
Could you repeat it? 80s?
80s, yeah.
80s.
Same question.
80s. Unfortunately, a different question. Would you like a 1-pointer or a 2-pointer?
Let's go 2.
2 points for 80s. Here we go. 10 seconds. Jessica Fletcher is the elderly character in which TV show? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I think Nick wants to answer this one.
Ninja Turtles was incorrect. What is the correct answer, Nicolas?
Murder, She Wrote, and I look like her.
Murder, She Wrote. Nicolas, you're up next. Which category would you like?
80s for 2, please, Daniel.
80s for 2. It's been a while, Nick.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. All right. Here we go. 80s for 2. Which U.S. TV show features an incredibly advanced military helicopter? 10, 9.
Airwolf.
That is correct.
I would not have gotten that.
Airwolf is correct. Mark, if everybody can mute their mics except Mark, we're going to have a little chat with Mark of Legacy FM.
Uh-oh.
Mark, you got to say hi, then you will
Hello.
appear on my screen. There we go. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right, awesome. Tell us
Just drove a new car.
how did you get started in creating music?
I don't know, man. I don't. I always liked music. I was a trumpet player growing up, and I guess I had my first instrument was a little keyboard, just a little Casio, not a cool one, just like a cheap $30 Casio. I learned how to play Silent Night, and that was it.
The trumpet and Silent Night, and then from there on, you started creating synthwave. And I read on your profile that you liked some other. You came from R2D2 grunge and stuff like that.
So my biggest inspiration is a band called Ween. They do all sorts of weird stuff, rock and roll, but I like a little bit of everything, and I think that kind of shows in our music. We certainly draw a lot from synthwave because I like a lot of the sounds, but I still like traditional like songwriting structures and like to pull in stuff from many genres. But yeah, just whatever sounds good. I don't really care. I'll do it.
All right. On episode 66, I spoke to Kevin and Bert of Legacy FM of your band. Bert said that you were both living in the same house, became friends. 10 years later, you found out that he made music. You reconnected, making lo-fi synth music, even completing a whole album. Also, Kevin Crunch explained that Duty Beard was responsible for getting everyone together, yourself, Bert Firkins, Pixie Nightmare, and Kevin Crunch. Legacy FM then became a 4-piece group. Tell me more about Legacy FM as a group, and what are your plans for the future?
Well, we've had some hiccups this last year, and everyone's just been dealing with stuff and just trying to figure that out. But we've been sitting on quite a bit of content, and my mixing and mastering skills are not great. So we're kind of just holed up waiting for me to either improve or find somebody else that wants to get involved and tune us up a little bit, you know. But we've got some really fun stuff that we're looking forward to releasing. Featuring vocals from everybody, and some really good shredding guitar. It's a different sound from the lo-fi, hard to understand vocals. We're trying to branch out just a little bit more, but it's just trying to put it out the right way with standards that we're happy with. And we since the inception of Legacy FM, it's always been cut a track, release it. If it doesn't sound great, whatever, we're still figuring it out. We don't care, but we still want to share it.
Yeah.
And kind of at the point where maybe we should take our time. And that's where we're at right now.
It feels like an invitation for anybody in the synthwave scene to join in, if I'm hearing that correctly.
You will not get paid. I'm just saying that, right?
All right. Tell me about the track Rusky Lover 2025, and I'll give it a play.
Yeah, it's kind of inspired by my wife. It's kind of an old joke that we had. She always used to get confused for like a Russian immigrant because she had like a speech thing. She's not Russian at all. Looks Russian. Like, sounded Russian sometimes. But yeah, most of the stuff that I've written is inspired by my wife. She's awesome.
And how long you been together?
2007.
2007. Well, congrats. I'm going to play Rusky Lover 2025 by Legacy FM. All right, I heard myself now. All right, now that was Rusky Lover 2025 by Legacy FM. It kind of felt like it came out of a John Wick movie, which is awesome. Shout outs to Ran in the chat. And now it's time for trivia round 2.
It's time for trivia round 2.
Oh, that's some Chuck Mangione.
All right, Chucky and Joni. I don't even know what is that, Chucky and Joni.
I'll send you some.
It's a horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
All right, Steve, which category would you like?
So I'm either going to redeem myself or I'm going to dig myself a hole. So I need Star Wars for 2.
Star Wars for 2. Coming right up. Here we go. What small droid does Chewbacca infamously scare away on the Death Star in A New Hope? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
A protocol droid.
3. Pashang, you know it? Pashang?
Some sort of cleaning robot. I don't know what they call it. If it has a designation, it just says wee and runs away.
I can see it running away. Yeah.
It's a mouse droid.
A mouse droid. No, I didn't know the name of it. I just knew it was a little cleaning droid.
All right,
They're
Brandon.
so evil, even their mice are droids.
One of those little Hoover circular ones that cleans your carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon.
Sir.
Star Wars.
I'm only doing 1-pointers.
1-pointers.
I'm going to do another Star Wars, and if I get an obvious question wrong again, I'll switch over to something cooler.
All right. 1-pointer, Star Wars. Han Solo boasts that he has made the Kessel Run in less than how many parsecs? A, 9, B, 10, C, 11, D, 12.
D12.
D12 is correct.
M&M D12.
Yeah.
That was my
purple
Quit
pills.
stealing my jokes, damn it. I was building up to that.
All right, James, which category would you like?
Oh, is that me? Jason. Jason.
Is it? I even wrote it wrong? That's where I went wrong. Jason.
I'm sticking with the 80s. I gotta stick with the 80s.
Jason. Hey, keep on making
Don't
sure
call him
I
Jameson.
get
That
the
gives me a headache just hearing it.
Jameson.
I'm sorry. Did you say 1 point or 2 points for the 80s?
Do 2-pointer again.
2-pointer.
Feeling lucky.
For
Probably
the
not going to
80s.
make it though.
Feeling lucky, like on Google. I'm losing my thing. All right, there we go. Which country bobsleigh team became unlikely heroes at the 1988 Winter Olympics? 10.
Come on.
8. 7.
Come on.
6.
I have no idea.
4,
Oh my
3,
goodness.
2.
What?
Some people say, I mean, nobody can't believe.
Jamaica.
Cuba. It's Cuba, dude.
Cuba is incorrect.
Anya.
It's Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Jamaica
Pool
was
running.
the correct
Don't
one.
you have a lucky egg?
I'm gonna wake up my family.
Mark,
Oh,
which category would you like?
no. Chumbawamba 100.
Chumbawamba 100 I don't have.
Ah, what?
Fresh out of
Dude.
those, mate.
I get knocked down, but then I get up again. Give me dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. I would go for the music again. We're
Ooh.
going to go for the music. All right. The music.
I already knew I was going to lose this, so I'm just going to.
Medium.
I think we're all losing.
You got the last one right. It was Thundercats.
Well, that wasn't
Yeah,
practice.
and you
though.
pulled that out of nothing.
That was a practice round. That is correct.
It was a practice. Yeah.
Done.
I've never actually watched that show.
All right. Let's see if you know this one.
There's Cats, the Thunderous. I think I wrote that one.
18.
Mitch Murder.
Oh, this does sound familiar now.
I think he actually did a cover of this.
Russell Nash would know this one.
I'm still going with A-Team, even though I know it's wrong.
He has. That is incorrect. It is not the A-Team. What is the correct answer? Anybody?
I'm checking the chat, see if anybody knows.
All in the family.
Nicolas got it
Full
right.
house.
I would have said
No, I
Miami
don't
Vice.
know this one, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Read the chat. Read the chat.
It's just
Judge
Airwolf
Judy?
again. Everybody's saying Airwolf.
It is correct. Airwolf.
Oh, it's Rockford Files. Rockford Files.
No, it's Airwolf. It's Airwolf. All right, Nicholas, you're up next. Which category?
80s for 2 points, please.
80s for 2.
May you do better than I did.
All right.
Well, we'll see.
What is the name of the Masters of the Universe hero? 10.
He-Man.
That is correct.
Era was better, though, obviously.
Why didn't I get that one, dude?
Swift wind.
You didn't
Who
choose
is
it.
He-Man? That might as well be the question.
Until we meet again.
We're gonna have a chat with Pashang. Everybody mute your mics.
Oh,
except
no.
Pashang. See if we can manage this guy while he's half awake. It's always the same
Hey,
problem.
I got here.
Exactly. I'm very grateful you made it, man.
It was right at 4 a.m. I was awake at like 2 minutes before, and I was like, "Wait, is it now or is it not now?" And then I saw the link. It was like, boom.
You're on a summer break. Have you done
I
some
am.
fun things with the family yet?
I have been hanging out with my son a whole bunch. We've been playing Minecraft. We bought some Legos. I'm teaching him to play my Micro Freak. We haven't had we just bought a new house, so we're really house poor at the moment, so we can't really afford to do a bunch of traveling.
Yeah.
And I made $0 on Bandcamp Friday, so there goes my trip fund. I know. To be fair, I was sending all my traffic to Addictum, so for the new album thing.
We're going to talk about that soon. Have you seen the new Minecraft movie?
I got about halfway through it,
And
and my son lost interest because it's live action.
Yeah.
And it looks like Minecraft, but it is not specifically Minecraft, and he would rather watch Minecraft YouTubers.
Yes.
But that requires me having to watch the Minecraft YouTubers to try to make sure he's not watching horrible brain rot nonsense. And God, I hate it so much.
Have you ever played?
The movie's better.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
Oh, hundreds of hours.
Awesome. I didn't know that about you.
We have a realm. We have a little 2-player server. Just for me and him.
Oh, cool. Are you working on something exciting?
I am. I'm working on my Summer of Sin EP, or it might be an LP depending on how it goes. I want to release it at the end of the month, so it'll probably come out in November as usual. But this time Russell Nash isn't on it, so I might actually get it on time. Sorry if you're in the chat, Andy. I love you. It is a celebration of evil and excess and all things horrific. The first track of the album, it has a really famous megachurch pastor called Kenneth Copeland pretending to get the Holy Spirit and turning his voice into a demon. So it's probably going to piss a lot of people off. If there's any like fundies who listen to my music, they won't listen to it for very long after it comes out. So I'm very excited to get some hate mail.
How did you make the voice? Is it like modulated, or did you use effects on it, or is it your own voice?
Bunch of effects, whole bunch of effects. No, I actually got a clip off YouTube of him pretending to get the Holy Spirit, and I modified it and turned it into a demon voice. It was quite fun.
What is your biggest goal at the moment?
My biggest goal at the moment is to have a weight in kilograms that is a 2-digit number. I am ready to have a single chin again, especially since the last time we spoke, I shaved the noggin, and I always told myself I'm fine with being fat, fine with being bald. I can see him taking his hat off to flex. I see you flexing. I'm gonna chat with a bunch of great haired dudes. Actually, it's not really fair. Anyway, under 100 kilograms would be amazing. That's my goal. I'm not super far off of it, but if I keep drinking Cass at 4 a.m, it might take a bit of while.
It's probably not going to help. Tell me more about the worldwide premiere you have for me. It's called the Scene 6, The Fall, together with Addictum.
Yes. So this is an album that Addictive and I started working on like 2023. It's been ages. And I'll spare you the super long version of the story, but it's retelling a Korean myth called the legend of the Bulge, the dogs of fire, who were sent into the cosmos by the king of the kingdom of darkness to bring light back to the kingdom. Long story short, that's how solar and lunar eclipses happen. They keep going up, they keep biting the sun, biting the moon, trying to bring them back and falling, hence the title, back into the kingdom of darkness when they fail. But they're never giving up. And so they're like, the dog in the story is a real breed of dog you can only find in Korea. And they're like one of Korea's like national treasures. Very beautiful dogs. And the song is the only song in the album that's a bit dark. Because I wanted to have at least one song in the album that had a bit of grim darkness to it, because a lot of it is surprisingly uplifting for something with my name on it. You might be a little surprised when you hear it, because a lot of it's very happy, and I don't do happy music very often because it's not really my vibe. But this song is not so happy. It features a Korean instrument called the hoon, which is kind of a Korean ocarina, and it's got a really haunting sound. Try to listen to it during the breakdown. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah.
All right, this is Scene 6, The Fall by Addictum and Pashang. right, that was Scene 6, The Fall by Addictum and Pashang. And now it's time for Trivia Round 3.
It's time for Trivia Round 3.
Tell Daniel what question you would like to see.
All right, we go to Steve. Which category would you like?
What should I do, gang? I need to lean on y'all. Should I do, because really, like, it's either Star Wars or the aughts. You want me to do that? Okay, we'll do aughts.
For 1 point or 2 points?
2 points. I got to make up some ground.
2 points. The aughts, 10 seconds for the answer. All right, here we go. Who had a confession in 2002? 10.
R. Kelly?
8.
Usher.
Usher was correct, but
damn it!
You said R. Kelly. You said
So
R.
close.
Kelly. So close.
I was thinking Unholy Confessions by Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, normally you would have got, if you did the 1 pointer, you would have gotten 3 options. So then it probably would have been
Confessions on a Dance Floor.
2005.
Ooh, good.
Great year.
Brandon, which
I love that you just have that in your pocket ready to go, Nick.
Of course.
All right, Brendan. I forget. Star Wars, but one pointer, I think. Yeah, 1 pointer. Or do you?
I gotta get another one. Is this the last round before the final round?
I think this is. We're gonna do. Yep. This is the two more rounds. So this round and next round.
Okay, I'll just do another 1 point Star Wars, and then I'll do something crazy for the last round just
All
for
right.
fun.
I think it's a good idea you did 1 point on this because I don't think you could say it.
It's a doozy.
Yep. All right. While serving as a First Order Stormtrooper, Finn was originally known as what name? I'll give you the 4 options. A, FI-NN87. B, AA-23. C, FN-9427. D, FN-2187.
I'm gonna go D.
D is correct.
Yeah.
Wow. I was going to say Anakin.
Right. I hate the sequels. I have no idea about any of that shit, so we'll call that a win.
All right. Jason.
That was good. Good job, me.
Perfect female type, Jason. All right. Which category? What'd you like?
Yes. I'm going back to the 80s again.
Back to the 80s. Yep. All righty. 1 pointer or 2 pointer?
2 pointer, please.
2 pointer for the 80s. Name all 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 10 seconds. 10.
Oh my God.
Come
I've
on.
never watched that show.
No.
6.
I feel like I should have my 80s
4,
spreads taken away from me. I have no idea, man.
Pass in your 80s card. Pass in.
All right, we're just
Think
gonna.
Italy.
All right, let's now help each other out.
Big
We're,
zero.
you're not getting points for this, but we just want to know all the names.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo's
Chip
correct.
Donatello.
Donatello's correct.
Leonardo.
Leonardo's correct.
And Raphael.
Raphael's correct.
I thought there was a chip in there.
That's Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Chip and Dale. Mark, you're up
Roger.
next.
I think Roger was one.
Which category would you like, Mark?
I got a pretty strong lead, so let's go odds for 100. Why are you guys laughing?
You have literally none correct. All right, 1 pointer or 2 pointer?
Let's do a single point.
Single point. All right, you get the options here. Okay. 1 point for the Zeros. Low featured vocals from Kesha and was a big hit for T-Pain. And who else? You get 3 options. Was it A, Flo Rida, B, R. Kelly, or C, Nelly?
Flo Rida.
Flo Rida is correct. 1
That's
point
what I was
for
going to say.
Mark.
Nice.
Boots with the fur. Somebody else.
Oh, boots with the fur?
The whole club looking at her. Yeah.
Look at Pashang.
I
is
got a
finally
pair of
waking
those.
I had to do it. I couldn't just be sitting here all depressed and looking sad. You got to wake up.
Nicolas, which category?
80s for 2, please.
80s for 2.
Mm.
In which TV show did Detective Sonny Crockett appear? 10, 9,
Sonny Crockett.
8, 7, 6.
Oh no, I don't know.
4.
Come on.
Oh no.
3, 2, 1. The correct answer was.
Can we all say it together?
Yes.
Can we all say it together?
Yes, go.
3, 2, 1.
Miami
Miami Vice.
Miami
Okay, you
Vice.
get your 80s card back. There you
I
go.
thought you were gonna get that one. That was all right. And
Sonny Crockett, bro.
Listen, if he didn't know, if I didn't know the other one, what was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I don't feel so bad. But Nick didn't get that one, so don't feel bad, Nick.
No.
All right. It's
And you know what? I'm proud I didn't get it as well.
Well,
because I'm different.
Well,
I don't like the slop. Okay.
it's a good thing Nicholas is talking because everybody
It
else
is
needs to
slop.
mute their mics. We're gonna have a chat with Nicholas. Nicholas, how are you doing?
Oh, you know, up and down.
Up and down makes the girl go round. All right, tell me, what has been your meat, cheese, and vegetable of the week?
Right. Okay. So we started off this week strong with some chicken minced, some ground chicken for the American viewers. Cheese-wise, ooh, I don't think I've consumed any cheese this week.
What?
I know.
And vegetables, because some of us are vegetarian.
Vegetables. There was a pepper. There was a potato. There were just the one, and spring onion.
All right. Are you working on something exciting?
Yes, new single out in August.
Let's go.
Working on my album. That's with Matt Catlow, and also Ion 9 is doing some tracks.
Nice.
Me and Pashang are doing something. And yeah, if anything presents itself, then I'll do that as well. I'll do anything. So, you know, my inbox is wide open.
All right. What is your biggest goal at the moment?
Just to get through. just to get through.
Get through. All right.
I have so many problems, Daniel. I can't just getting through, please.
All right. Hopefully this show will help you to get through today. Tell me about the worldwide premiere I'm about to play called Both Ways.
Yeah, it's called Both Ways. I guess it's too late to change the title now. Yes. So it's about kind of how. So, for example, I'm someone that always knows exactly how I feel about things, always have. I've never really had any mixed feelings about things. But then certain things happen for the first time. And I suddenly was thrown into this situation where I thought, oh, God, I don't actually know how I feel about something anymore. And it was very destabilizing and kind of makes you think of, you know, questions how much you ever really did know about how you feel and how plastic memories are over time and things. So it's kind of about chaos, I suppose.
Cool. I love the track. This is Both Ways by Nicholas Rickson.
I never met you, ambiguity. Always knew just how I felt, and now I know I'm feeling both ways. Was it a premonition, that dream? And does it matter? What I know is time is running out. For you, for me, for everyone. And I have nothing to show. Searching for something I want to believe. Searching for someone no longer with me.
was Both Ways by Nicolas Rickson. And we have one question I have for Steve. If everybody can mute their mics except Steve. And Steve, if you could say hi real quick. Then I have one question for you.
Hello.
And then we'll continue to do the final round of trivia. Steve, if you could have a robot, what would you make it do?
If I could have a robot, what would I make it do? Is this being recorded?
Yes, this is live.
Okay, so in that case, probably clean my house. Like if I just had a robot made, that would make half of my life easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would go for that too, and probably some other things as well. That you can't
I'd be
say
very
on-
nice to
live
her
on the
though.
air. You'd be nice. You bring home flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I tip her, all that.
All right, let's play the final round of trivia. Here we go.
Final round, we're almost there. Triple points, we're in the air.
Triple points.
Oh yeah, triple points.
Ready, set, it's
Can't wait to triple my zero.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
This is where my
has,
grand scheme comes in.
gets triple points this round. You have to answer it within 10 questions, so make sure you choose the correct category. We're going to start with Steve.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Star Wars one more time.
Star Wars one more time for 3 points. Within 10 seconds, you got to answer this. Here we go. What creatures led the resistance to safety during the Battle of Crate? 10, 9, 8, 7,
Great.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Kashyyyk, I don't know.
The Vulptex.
Oh,
the
yeah, them.
Vulptex.
You've never heard of them, have you, Jill?
I don't know
No,
what that is.
nobody who watched the sequels. They're terrible.
Yeah, the sequels were. I fell asleep through all of them.
Brendan, you're up
Underrated.
next.
Yeah.
Which category?
Was it the Tribbles?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
You want
probably the
Star
Tribbles.
Wars?
I'm gonna throw in because I'm scared of those sequel questions. We're gonna go odds. We're gonna go odds for
zeros,
for 3
zeros
points.
for the 3-pointer. Here we go, Brendan. You and Your Hand was not sung on American Idol because it was called too dirty by the producers. Which controversial artist sang this song? 10, 9,
The fuck?
8, 7, 6, 5.
William Hung.
The correct answer
Ruben
is
Studdard.
Pink.
Dirty.
Up next, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I think you're going for the 80s.
Yes, even though I have been falling down flat, I'm going to try it one more
All
time.
right, 3 points. 80s for 3 points. This is a nasty one. How many wedges must you collect when playing Trivial Pursuit? 10, 9, 8, 7.
I'm going to say 6.
That is correct for 3 points.
Dang.
Mark, you're up next.
Oh.
Give me a category that hasn't been used yet.
All right.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
We're going Disney.
Let's go White Snake for
Disney.
200.
Disney. All right. In Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, who saves the wounded Maleficent when she falls into the ocean? 10, 9,
Come on.
8,
You know this.
7, 6.
Brad
5.
Pitt's ex-wife.
That's incorrect.
Everybody
It's,
says.
it's Conal. Conal.
Oh, yeah.
Conal.
Right, yeah. That's what I said.
Nicholas. Which category? Last
80's
question.
2 points.
It's 3 points. It's 3 points. 80's
Oh,
3
3.
points. 80's 3
Okay,
points.
3.
Here we go. Final question. 80s. 10 seconds to answer it. What bit operating system was the NES Nintendo Entertainment System? 8-bit is correct. And we have a winner of the trivia, and that is
Dang.
Nicholas.
Oh Oh, you're amazing.
I've known the answer to everybody else's question with mine. This is a hack job. This is a hack job.
In every sense
Fake news.
defined.
That's fake news.
With your grace and charm, you steal the show. Right here on Heartbeat Hero Radio. You're a winner. You're definitely not a beginner. You're a winner. And you get a chicken dinner.
Yay.
Damn.
Congrats. You get the
job.
speech, Nicolas. Speech.
I'd just like to say thank you for not rigging it so I don't win this time. I've never forgotten that. And I will be defending my crown vociferously.
Ooh. Ooh. All right, we're going to say
What does that word mean?
goodbye to everybody, and then afterwards we're going to invite everybody who wants to join us backstage. Jason, is that correct, Jason? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Jason, what are you grateful for, and what would you like to promote?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to collaborate with many amazing musicians like Nick Rickson. Just got to remix one of his songs this summer, and it went really well. Looking forward to collaborating with others. That is the highlight of my music experience. And what was the second thing?
What do you want to promote?
What I want to promote, new single, Blank Tapes, out yesterday.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Mark, what are you grateful for, and what would you like to promote?
I'm pretty bummed out about losing. Apparently I'm the new Nicolas Rickson. It was rigged against me. Next time.
We planned it in advance.
Okay, good question.
At least you have a cool medallion.
I'm re-releasing an album that was pulled from Spotify because one of our songs got lumped into some bot playlist, so they pulled the entire album.
Oh, jeez.
So we're doing a little bit of upgrades to a few of the tracks and adding some tracks. We're going to call it the deluxe version. So yeah, that'll be coming out sometime in the next couple weeks.
All right, we'll keep an eye out on your Instagram. Mark, thank you for coming on the show. All right, we're going to go to Brendan. What are you grateful for, and what would you like to promote?
I am grateful for, I'm going to steal what Jason said, the ability to collaborate with people, because I also am collabing with Nick Rickson, and I think I'm collabing on the same track that Perfect Female Type did, so we get to do like a remix off, see how it goes. It's going to be super fun. I love the sense of camaraderie that we have here, the amount of banter we can get up to without getting angry and pissy at each other. It's really saved my mental health more than I can ever express over the last several years. So thank you for all of you guys existing and being badass human beings. I want to promote my album Burge with Addictum, although he is first author, so it should be Addictum and Pashang. And it's out now on Bandcamp. You can buy it on vinyl, get it to your house in like a week because the vinyl's already pressed, because we are professionals. We know what we're doing. And yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it is out there. It's beautiful vinyl, and you should listen to it. And tell me what you think. Write a review.
Awesome. All right, Brendan, thank you for coming on the show.
My pleasure as always, my dude.
Nicolas, what are you grateful for, and what would you like to promote?
I'm grateful for Brendan having a professionally pressed vinyl. I would also like to thank again Jason for collaborating with me, as well as Brendan and everyone else. It's been, nice, and it's good to know that there's people that that have your back and stuff. And for you, of course, Daniel, because where would I be? Where would I be? I'd be round the back on my knees as you found me. So thank you,
Nicolas. Thank you for coming on the show, and speak to you soon for the Mini Hero podcast. Steve,
indeed, yes.
What are you grateful for, and what would you like to promote?
I'm grateful for the fact that Donald Trump is going to release the Epstein files in full, and I would like to promote My new docuseries, Your Local Forecast with Jill Collins. So be on the lookout, coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Very
Really?
awesome.
You gonna do Weather Wave?
Yeah, just you wait, brother.
All right.
topless?
While
still
these
doing our
guys
thing?
continue
It's
to chat,
topless.
I am going to add it to the chat so people can join us behind the scenes. And now I'm going to play the second part of the pre-recorded show here, where I feature Bar X, Jabo, Raygun Hero, Don Eastland, and Daniel Quasar. See you in the chat. Welcome to the pre-recorded show. This is Mute City by F-Zero, the Bar X, and Jabo cover. That was Mute City by F-Zero, the Bar X and Jabo cover. Up next by Retrosynth Records, this is Hostile Takeover by Ray Gun Hero.
Hostile Takeover. Hostile. Hostile. This is a hostile takeover.
That was Hostile Takeover by Ray Gun Hero. Up next, also by Retrosynth Records off the album Lost Letters. This is One Shot by Don Eastland.
This bottle's holding my free fall. It has what I want. By the time I'm done, maybe I'll be home numb. Are you missing me? Have you found your peace? I wonder if you're listening. I can't hear your sound, so I think I'll drown these thoughts with another round. One shot, toast to my enemy. One shot has me down on my knees. One shot gives me what I thought I need. Why is it not happening? This guilt is mine, and I can't deny. No, I won't even try. Deep down I know you're fine and better off without me. Are you missing me? Have you found your peace? Wonder if you're listening. I can't hear your sound, so I think I'll drown these thoughts with another round. One shot, toast to my enemy. One shot has me down on my knees. One shot gives me what I need. Why is it not happening? Why is it not happening? One shot is all I need. Yeah. One shot, toast to my enemy. One shot has me down on my knees. One shot gives me what I need. Why is it not happening? One shot, toast to my enemies. One shot has me down on my knees. One shot gives me what I thought I need.
That was One Shot by Don Eastland. Up next is Transcending Skyscrapers by Ray Gun Hero. That was Transcending Skyscrapers by Raygun Hero. Up next is Transit by Daniel Quasar.
was a hard day.
That was Transit by Daniel Quasar. And now, back to the show. And we're back for the last track of the night. I wanted to go back in time to 2018, back to my first album, Synthwave Darkness to Light, which is available on Bandcamp and Spotify. Here is a link to my Bandcamp. Let me just paste that really quickly in the chat. Hey, Jesse Mock, how you doing? Quick shout out to Jesse Mock. This is Space Nightmare by Heartbeat Hero.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston, radio check, over. Go ahead, Houston. Roger, you're loud and clear, just want to make sure we still have comm. Roger, we just released that participant.
Right. If you're listening to the show now live, make sure and check out soundcloud.com/HeartBeatHero to listen to the audio show, including even more music. That's it for the show today. If you enjoyed the show, please tell your friends and family about it. I am so thankful for all my listeners and guests on the show. You can support the show by checking out Heartbeat Hero on Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, and SoundCloud. And like Robin Lights, Keith Atherton, and many more, you can support Heartbeat Hero Radio by going to patreon.com/HeartbeatHero. The next show is the 13th of September on Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Paris time. I hope to see you right now in the Google Meets. There are a lot of people behind the scenes. You can join us by using the link in the Twitch chat. I'll add it again. Have a great day, everybody.
Hey everybody, this is Joe from the Ozone Nightmare, and I am thrilled to be this month's sponsor for Heartbeat Hero Radio, where you can see great guests, listen to new music, and watch a chat show that is so fun that I don't really mind so much that I almost never win it. Go to heartbeathero.com for more information. See you there.